Carlos, thank you so much for spending some time with me this afternoon. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
I was talking to my daughter. She's a big fan of both shows, and I was trying to
Awesome.
get her to explain to me a little bit more about the characters. She mumbled on for a few minutes. I got nothing, just pure excitement and joy. So, how about you tell me about Bobby Santiago?
I'm so sorry. There's something happening in my neighborhood. Do you hear that sound or no? It's like a,
Just barely, I barely heard it.
should I move somewhere else? Is it bad?
It's actually not bad at all.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Anyways, sorry. I just wanted to make sure that when you're not listening, it's like I can't even hear this guy. Okay. Bobby Santiago. He is absolutely insane. He's fun, um, unapologetic, just says what he wants to say, and I have the best time going into the studio and recording for him because I never know what I'm gonna get. I mean, I get the scripts, I read them. Like when I go in and I'm working with the director and everything, they're like, "Can you go a little more?" I'm like more energy? Yeah, a little more. Like, can you do it a little more? I'm like, okay, sure. And we're just screaming, we're having fun, and I definitely leave with a sore throat here and there.
It is a super fun show. Tell me, where'd you find your voice for him?
You know, I feel like it kind of evolved in the first few seasons of the Loud House. I was in it here and there, and it was just kind of this youthful, kind of not high pitched, but just raspy youthfulness. And then once we moved to the Casagrandes, where it was full episodes of me, being Bobby. Uh, it literally it became like a character like on a TV show. Like I started to have to go, okay, cool. Well, he's now gone through all this. Like, maybe like he's like just the way that he says certain things after years of doing it now. Like I can just go back in and it's kind of just become part of me. So it's been an evolution, and I think that's the best way to say it. Like it didn't always start the way that it is now. It started a little bit calmer, not as crazy, and then as it just started to grow, the writers were like, "This kid's a good screamer. Let's make him scream. This kid's good at let's." So then I'm getting these episodes, and one of them I played a cat the whole time, and it was like,
Nice.
"Meow, meow," but it was like a Bobby cat, and I was like, "This is crazy," and these guys are like in the studio laughing, like, "This is great." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Tell me one thing I really appreciated about Los Casagrandes was how similar it was to the Loud House, just with a couple of minor tweaks on some cultural things.
Yeah.
But but the energy, the storylines were still the same. Sometimes I feel that when they try to do Hispanic version of TV shows, they go a little too far into stereotypes and things
Right,
that
right.
most people, and I don't feel that with the Casagrandes, and I love that
Yeah.
about it. Can you talk
Yeah.
about it?
I agree. Yeah, they are who they are. And I'm sorry, I keep saying this word, but they're unapologetic. Like it's like this is us. This is our crazy family. We're not making an excuse why this is this or why we eat this. Like this is just who we are. And I really feel like we need to see more of that. And it's so cool that we have a whole show based on a
Mhm.
Latino family. It's awesome. It's awesome. And look, I'm not one of these people who are like Latino power, like this. But I think it's really cool to have that representation on Nickelodeon, all over the world, here in the US. Like it's just it kind of normalizes like, hey, this is what like most Latino families, and it's not even a stereotype. I think for the most part, every Latino family that I've ever met, they are huge, they're crazy. There's like a brother, maybe two sisters, grandma, abuela, the step abuela, and everyone is like, you're like, oh, and they all live in the same house. Like, how do you guys live in the same house? Uh,
Yeah.
and like that's just how it is. Who we are as Latinos, and yeah, it's super awesome that we have that.
I love the word you use, normalize, because that's exactly what I was looking for too. Not something over the top and look, here we are and flags and everything. It's this is the everyday, and it's actually
Yeah,
very, very similar to the other show you already love. So,
yeah,
speaking of which, Monday, February 15th, you're hosting the Loud House Mega Music Countdown Special. Tell us a little
yes,
bit
it's a
about that.
mouthful. It's a mouthful. The Loud House Mega Music Countdown Special. That actually took me a minute to get. Um, yeah, we shot that a few weeks ago, and they actually sent this robot here to Hawaii, and I literally brought it in. I brought it in my house. I plugged it in. This camera came out, lights, everything. And we literally, I like DJ'd, we shot this whole thing in my house. So much fun. We count down all of the coolest, most epic Loud House songs that all the fans voted for, down to the number one. Some songs that I'd actually never even heard of too. So here I am dancing in my house in this room with this robot. And, you know, I actually haven't seen the final product yet, so I am so eager to see it. But it was so much fun. It's so cool. And I think it's just, it's a different type of special. You know, like back in the day, we had TRL and all these like you know, like music countdown. We're literally doing a music countdown like all those other shows. I mean, I have outfits that I put on. I have a pizza tux. I'm not gonna give anything away, but that pizza tux was pretty crazy. It was a custom pizza tux, and they actually do a side by side with me and my character Bobby wearing the pizza tux. And they're like, who wore it best? I'm pretty sure Bobby wore it better. Mine was a little big on the waist, but you know, I'm super excited. I'm super excited for the fans to see it. And we have brand new Casagrandes episodes on the same day. So I'm going to be on TV a lot. That's going to be a crazy day for me.
Good. Very, very good. Well, I'm a little jealous that now I just found out that you live in Hawaii. So
dude, don't be jealous, man. It's cold today. It's about 70, 76,
I'm sorry.
78. Yeah, it's a little cold today.
Oh no. Congratulations on your role. I also want to say I loved you in Spare Parts. Dude. That was a fun movie a couple of years ago, and look forward to seeing more of Bobby and more of you in the future. Thanks,
dude. I really appreciate that, man. Have a great rest of your day or a great weekend.
Yeah, you too. All right.
Later, man. God bless.
All right, bye.